This podcast is brought to you by Kiwi Design, the leader in metaquest and VR accessories. And now you can deck out your device while supporting the podcast. The metaquest 2 is a great headset, but do you ever feel things could be a bit more comfortable? Well, we have the solution for you. With lens protectors, controller grips, face covers, head straps, link cables, headset stands, and more, including my two personal favorites, the top version controller grips with added weight and an extended handle, and the Kiwi upgraded Elite strap. Let's be real, we've all whacked our controller. Don't be the guy messaging Oculus support for your own mistake or waiting weeks for an out-of-stock controller. Visit the link in our show notes to prepare yourself today. After visiting the link in our show notes, make sure to use the promo code Ruff Talk VR at checkout, all one word, to take full advantage of your savings. And make sure to click the link in our show notes so the podcast gets credit and you help support us. Remember, whatever you need, Kiwi has you covered. Hey everyone, welcome to this quick little bonus episode, I guess you could call it, of Ruff Talk VR.
Yep.
I mean, I always say, doesn't mean you're listening to this episode the day it drops, but I think this is the first day we've ever released an episode on a Thursday.
It is, but we had to.
We had to. It's not something that we could have released yesterday. On Monday, we couldn't have talked about it, and that's because the game just came out today.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about our early impressions, our first impressions. This isn't a full review. This is just going to be a little like 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes if we're just so talkative, but we're just kind of touching the waters. Our first thoughts of playing this game. Not going to give it the final score, but holy shit.
Yeah.
Dude. You weren't watching.
And the game is?
Oh my God, we didn't talk about it? I didn't say that. Red Matter 2 early impressions.
Okay, yes. Phew.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure. I'm sorry. I'm excited.
No worries.
'Cause
Yeah.
there
Maybe
was
I didn't say it. Maybe you're correct. It's
so much hype coming into this one.
Holy shit.
It's not even funny.
And I was watching all the footage. I was watching all the trailers of Red Matter 2.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading all the hype. So I had one impression. You had kind of heard the hype, but not actually really seen it.
Went out of my way to avoid the hype.
I think you logged onto Facebook one day and somebody posted something in a Facebook group.
Correct.
And that was your one.
That was my one spoiler.
What was it, a screenshot?
Just a picture.
So, I mean, how much of a
For all I
screenshot?
know, it was the picture
That's in the background.
that background right now.
Yeah, I'm sure you noped out of that screen so fast.
I did.
But you're just putting that little asterisk. You did see one picture, but, for the most part, you went in blind. And, I mean, what are your impressions of the graphics? Mine's holy shit.
After playing it for, just over a week?
Yeah, we got it about full disclosure to everybody. We always like to say, hey, this developer gave us early access, or, maybe we played in the beta or whatever. This one we've had for about a week.
Yeah.
Not a whole bunch of time. Not like we've had it for
Still,
a month.
for this one, a week is like, you couldn't, I don't know.
Yeah, props to us for not saying anything.
But you can't.
I mean, it was hard not to, though. I mean, geez, this one's
Stay tight-lipped when you're
playing unreleased games. Yeah.
But so it's like we've had the ability to actually put some time in on this is the only reason I think it's really relevant. It's not like we just fired it up today and we're dropping this episode today. It's like, no,
and that's also why we're not doing the full review.
Nope, not quite yet.
We haven't beaten it yet.
But this is more or less of is it living up to the hype that everyone professed or said it could or couldn't? Because there was some haters too. I read some people who were saying, was there going to be 30 minutes of content? Which I'll tell you right now is no.
I read a lot of people
freaking content.
Not a lot, but I read people saying the first one was really short, and I mean, it could have been longer. I didn't have that same impression, but maybe it's because we're not, playing 5 hours in a setting people.
No, but also define short. To me, I look at it as really how many times am I draining my battery? Because typically what will happen, and this is a great example, play it with a fresh battery, get the warning message that your battery's running low, stop playing for a little while, right? That's usually how it goes. So if I'm doing that, let's say on a game like half a dozen times that I know, like, oh man, I've had to charge my battery so much playing this game, then I know it's a long ass game. It's like, so I don't know what people's perspective of what's long, sandbox type.
It definitely wasn't anything joke about being 30 minutes to me. It felt like a good story, but they're saying that the second one is longer, and I mean, thus far, I mean, we haven't beaten it. It feels like the puzzles are harder, better. The graphics are more polished.
I'll say there's not one thing about this that isn't Home Run City.
I agree.
Like, honestly, like, if you're one of those, I don't believe the hype, believe the hype. I'm telling you, I avoided the hype. I wanted to go in fresh. And all I think you could hear me say in party chat was, oh my God.
How is this on the Quest?
Oh, yeah. I was even like, wow, these
is
graphics are so good that if I took a picture of them and had posted, people would assume it was PC VR.
Yeah, it's amazing, the details on it.
And I might catch a little slack for that, but I would still challenge it.
Yeah, obviously not on the best, video card high running on Ultra, but I've seen comparable PC VR games.
But you want the bar just get raised across the VR world for
Holy
graphic
moly.
improvement for the MetaQuest 2? Oh, it's not even funny.
Dude, it doesn't make sense.
So think a year from now.
With the tips and tricks that these guys, that vertical robot, these people have going in their studio.
Dude, I'm still like,
they should teach a master
goosebumps.
class.
Look, I actually have goosebumps because I was just thinking about like, oh shit, I can't wait to play it a little tonight.
Well, a big part of Red Matter 1's review was not giving spoilers, and we're not even reviewing Red Matter 2 today. We'll review it when we're beat it, and we can give it a full.
Is it worth it to buy it the second you see it in the store?
But
that's all I would need.
I'm just gonna say, some of those rooms that you walk into, that door opens, and you go, no way, no freaking way, did they pull that off?
Everything I've seen is stunning.
Yeah,
I'm going out of my way to look for anything that looks jank or crap, and I haven't yet to find it.
There's one. It's not bad graphics or anything like that. It's just, Uncanny Valley. I don't think there's ever been a game that's nailed it successfully, but there's one, like, holographic face you're talking to at one point, and its mouth is moving with the words.
Oh,
and it moves.
Yeah, it's off a nanosecond.
It's enough that it's like, if it feels weird, but I've never seen a game that's nailed it. Even on consoles,
I've never seen a robot nail it.
Yeah, so I mean, that's out of their control, I mean, that's the only thing if you're really going to go around and look for things. The voice acting, I think, is even better than the first one, which I was complimentary of,
The music score.
The music score, even from the start, is good.
It's like full-blown Hollywood production quality.
The graphics, I don't think we need to say enough. Yeah, I mean, what else could we say? They're phenomenal.
They're the best I've seen on
the Quest.
The MetaQuest 2.
Yeah.
In any capacity.
It's ridiculous.
Yep.
The story, I'm not done with it. I'm not going to give spoilers, but the story's freaking good. And I'm definitely glad we played the first.
Although, the way they did the story, without telling anything about the story, you're not in the dark. So if we're like, well, I don't want to buy the first one because it's old.
They're going to give you a quick little synopsis. If you look around.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that they don't throw it in your face either.
No, it's
more for the observant crowd.
Yeah. You'll make the connection.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad I played the first, personally.
Yeah, but you're not missing out in any capacity if you don't.
No.
So you're not going to, like, thus far run across anything that's going to be like, oh, if I played the first, this would have all made sense. No, they pieced it all together in a way that I think was smart.
Yeah, it's like all games with sequels that aren't relying on the first. Even if it's a continuation, there's good references to the first one. That if you played the first one, you're gonna enjoy that they're there. If you didn't, exactly what you said, it's not gonna prevent you from enjoying the game one bit.
Nope.
And I mean, dude, everything about it. I just don't want to run in circles with it without doing the full review. I mean, just props to Vertical Robot for pulling this off.
Yeah, right now it's out. It came out today.
Yep.
The minute you can hear this, it came out.
Yeah. I mean, something I have to give them huge props about, I think it was my only complaint on our review, was the graphic. I mean, not the graphics, the actual controls of it. The movement was weird, and then the way you open up your tools, for anybody with stick drift, you were SOL, and even for you not currently suffering from stick drift, it was a little wonky.
Still had some issues, yeah.
Yeah, because in the first one, you kind of use your left analog stick to switch through the tools, which I have stick drift on it right now, so, you go to open up one tool, it's another tool, maybe you have trouble opening up this tool, it was a mess. So the movement is much better than the first one right off the top. We actually made fun of the trigger movement in the first one. That doesn't seem to be in there at all.
No, again, anything, and I was looking at my past review of it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not going to take a genius to know what the score is going to end up fucking being. it just doesn't, because anything that was an issue that either one of us mentioned, and it's just by coincidence, it just totally happened that way,
Well,
is no longer an issue.
we put out our review of it.
And that was for the first one.
Yeah.
So if we're going into the second one and already there's not one freaking issue.
So besides the movement being fixed too, it's like with that stick drifting of how you
Game
move,
of the year, baby.
yeah, how you switch your weapons is no longer with the analog stick. Now you switch the weapons with pressing a button.
Not weapons.
Not weapons.
Your
I'm
claw,
sorry. Your tools.
Your tools.
I'm just so used to tools being weapons in VR
Yeah.
games that I guess it's force of habit. But yeah,
Your
so
claw hands.
your claw, your flashlight,
tablet.
your reader tablet. That's switched with a button.
Yep.
That's so much better.
Yeah. Everything. Again.
And then there is a left-handed mode too, which they didn't have in the first one. So if you are left-handed and you want to switch which movement thing, which to me I was recommending that for the stick drift issue, because if you had stick drift in one control, then you could go left-hand. It wouldn't be the case, but now that's kind of irrelevant.
Mhm.
But still for lefties who want to move with the other hand.
Yeah. No,
I mean,
again, name a problem from the first one if you could find one. We had to dig deep.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably not going to be in the second one.
No, and even if your problem is length, they've said, example, let's say that there's three times
length in this gaming for you.
Well-
I'll say that.
Well, and I like how I was reading a lot of what they were posting on Reddit, explaining to people, and some person had mentioned length, and they were like, I think they said 3 times as much. They were like, look, there's 3 times as many puzzles. That doesn't necessarily mean it's 3 times as long, because how long?
I look at it like we all have different play styles. Some
Yeah.
people are going to stop and smell the roses and investigate every inch of it, so they're going to get probably the most enjoyable playtime. But if you're going to speed run the thing, well, just like any game you play, nothing's going to be long enough for you unless it's a sandbox.
Yeah,
So
we
I
had
don't
even-
listen to those people.
We had referenced it in the first one. We're the type of people who are going around, and because you have the scanning tool, they do a great
It's
job.
there for a reason.
Yeah, and they do a great job of putting dumb items to scan in, which I'm still a sucker for scanning. Like, they're not essential to understand this. It'll be a cup. You'll scan it. It'll say a cup.
I'm scanning it.
I'll still scan, especially those first couple rooms. So, me and you, we fired up the game, and the second we have our scanning ability, that's all I'm doing in every single room.
No, to me, it's critical.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you had the issue with it in the first game, it was killing me because there's no way you can really play the game without scanning that shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's some parts where it's literally necessary, but there's other parts where it's like you're going to miss some of the story,
So again, what's a short experience to someone? 10 hours? 10 hours to me is, geez, it's 5 freaking movies.
For a game like this. Yeah, because
you spend a lot of freaking money on.
Yeah, we talked about this a lot in the first review. It's like games like this are more comparable to a movie than like Pop 1.
This game I'm going to put out there this is the one that you want to get on any doubter's head instantly and be like, you know what? Whatever you thought VR was, I want you to see something.
No, yeah, I agree. If you're like one of those people who are like, I tried the Gear
Yeah,
phone
this is-
VR and the graphics weren't there.
This
Dude,
is the game changer right here.
because honestly, I could see Red Matter
So
1
far.
being that game graphically, but the controls of Red Matter 1, I would say, were too wonky to be able to just put a random person in and sell them on VR with it. The controls didn't match what your brain felt like it wanted to
That's
do.
why I'm saying this one
But
is
yeah, this one's the game.
This is the one you want to get on any naysayer's head and
Yep.
go, just tell me what you think. Does it look bad?
Yep.
And
Have
just
'em-
watch the reaction.
Have them do the opening of
Never
it.
going to get your headset back after that. So
'Cause-
the bar's been raised. Hats off to them. I look forward to the review for sure.
Yeah, Vertical Robot has a, very talented developing team, no doubt. Big props, and we'll keep this episode short, so we're not being, we don't shoot ourselves in the foot for the next time we actually talk about Red Matter and review it.
I got
But
a full pad of don't talks.
yeah, but I'm just excited to keep playing this one. In the meantime, until our review goes out, if anybody's been on the fence about like Stratus, you're kind of staying away. Is the hype is real.
Beyond real.
I'm glad we can say that too.
Yep.
So, other than that, I hope you enjoyed this little, I guess, first impression
Review teaser.
We're gonna have this review out right away, but just please understand we're the type of reviewers that if it's a game that should be beat before you review it, we're gonna beat it first. We're not always out
It's
there.
coming sooner than you think, though.
Yeah.
So
So stay tuned.